Hey, hey, what's going on? This is Sunshine.
And E.
All right.
Hey, 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 more jokes. Thank you, YouTubers, for coming back. Hope you're subscribing to our channel.
Yes, please.
Sunshine and E.
Yep.
We're doing more comedy. Well, this is not comedy. No. This is 13 weird, funny elevator moments captured on camera. Right. So I guess it's kind of funny. I guess it's going to be funny. Yes. Or weird. It's not really comedy. But we'll see.
And y'all remember, especially after you see this, that there's cameras on a lot of these elevators. So
there's cameras everywhere.
Be mindful what you're doing, what you're doing on the elevator. But let's get into this. So we'll just dive into this. But before we do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Also the notification bell. Share and comment below. So let's go.
Hello everyone. At present, almost the whole planet is in quarantine. Under such conditions, being in an elevator with a stranger is not the best idea. But before the year 2020, when life was more or less normal, these situations were pretty common, especially if we talk about the busy office of a huge company. Frankly speaking, most of us feel awkward in those moments and want to get out as soon as possible. Today, we're going to tell you some stories that prove that riding in an elevator can be fun too. And we know that thanks to CCTV recordings. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss our new videos. Let's get it on. First move. How many times have you seen a scene like this in a movie? A couple in love travels with someone in an elevator dreaming of only one thing, being left alone as soon as possible. But there are two problems in this story. First, it's a real hotel recording, and second, the protagonists of the story do not know each other at all. Here we see the woman actively showing her interest, while the man pretends not to notice anything. But when the third person leaves the elevator, the man finally takes the initiative. You might think you already know the outcome of this story, but there's a plot twist. The mysterious woman suddenly disappears, leaving a message in the man's hand. We don't know exactly what is written in the letter, but judging by his face, he was more than pleased. Do you have any idea what happened? Maybe it's a couple who have known each other for a long time and just wanted to spice things up a little? Tell us what you think in the comments. Music band. Some elevators have speakers that play music. It was me! Thanks to it, you don't have to be in complete silence while riding an elevator with other people. But the staff of a police station in New Zealand were not so lucky. They have to go up to their floor without music. However, the officers have found a creative solution. Just listen. Honestly, if you add some lyrics, we could listen to this song all day. But people who are afraid of getting stuck should not repeat this trick. Who knows how the elevator will react to so much rhythm, right? Incredible dancer. Mark Twain once wrote, "Dance like nobody's watching." Apparently, the guy in this video follows this philosophy. Officers at Westminster Police Station in California found footage of an awesome dance while checking the station's surveillance videos. This kind of work is done in every precinct. Who knows what kind of evidence the videos may have? Officers expect to see all sorts of things, including suspicious witnesses, revealing conversations, or objects from a crime scene. But they definitely did not expect to find Michael Jackson's rival dancing superbly while listening to music in his headphones. Hopefully, after the success of this video, the guys put some serious thought into a career as a pop star. Resourceful rescuer. For many people, the idea of being trapped in an elevator with a bunch of strangers is their worst nightmare. What if the cable doesn't hold and breaks? Would they run out of oxygen? Your head fills with strange questions and panic begins to take over reason. We bet just thinking about it has made you feel uneasy. But the people in this video are very lucky. They got stuck in an elevator with a man who seems to be ready for any unforeseen situation. When the doors suddenly opened between the floors and all the passengers could see was a brick wall, the man took a hammer out of his pocket and started to dig a tunnel. It was the only solution because they were cut off from the outside world and the elevator emergency operators simply didn't answer. After 40 minutes of hard work, the passage was ready, and a skinny volunteer came out through the tunnel to tell the mechanics that the elevator was stuck with a lot of people inside. We don't even want to think about all the thoughts that went through their head during the operation. You never know when the elevator will start working again. Hungry
worker. Have you ever been
on
an elevator where it's got
halfway
like that?
Imagine how difficult it is to work as a food delivery person. You have to run from one place to another all the time to deliver food while it's still hot, or else the customer will call the restaurant and complain about your work. But in many cases, you don't even have time to eat, which is even worse because the contents of the pizza and Chinese noodle boxes are so tasty. Well, now you see what we're talking about. The protagonist of this video was so hungry that he couldn't resist eating the contents of the package on his way to the customer's house. Obviously, he couldn't just eat the most delicious dishes. The customer would probably have noticed that something was missing. So the ingenious delivery man got a bite of everything and even tasted the soup. Naturally, we don't like his behavior, but at the same time, we feel bad about his situation. Disappointment of the year. What do you love most about a pizza? Some will say that the most important thing is the crust, while others will say that it's the toppings. We're also topping lovers, because a lot of ingredients on a not-so-good dough is much better than a piece of tasty crust without toppings. And the latter was exactly the order that this Domino's delivery guy gave his customer. As the courier was coming up the elevator, he managed to eat the toppings of the hot pizza. After all, it would be impossible to eat a slice without leaving evidence. This way, the delivery guy could blame the careless cooks who didn't want to add more ingredients. But in the end, the video of this perfect crime was uploaded to the internet and the delivery man was fired. Fragile cargo. At first glance, it may seem that the guy in the black shirt is doing some magic trick because there's nothing in his hands. But everything becomes clear when he starts to enter the elevator with a huge glass panel. But the panel doesn't fit and the doors close at the worst possible moment due to the negligence of the second passenger. Did you expect the glass to explode into 1,000 pieces? Strangely enough, no, the panel withstood the severe pressure. However, not for long. After a few seconds, it exploded and flew all over the elevator in millions of small shards. The reaction of the guys is incredible. They're so calm that it looks like it was part of their plan. Say goodbye to your snack. Even the writers of Game of Thrones will envy this plot twist. A man is riding alone in an elevator, minding his own business while enjoying a healthy snack. We don't know why he decided to eat some watermelon in the elevator, but that's not the point of our story. Maybe he's just another hungry delivery man. Anyway, the most interesting thing happens later. The elevator doors open and a woman appears with her back to the camera. She seems to be arguing with someone. Finally, the woman turns to look at the watermelon guy and suddenly grabs his snack from his hands and throws it at the person outside the elevator. The faces of both speak for themselves. It's like watching a short film by Tarantino.
Look like he's almost
Meeting a
finished,
star.
right?
The American actor Shia LaBeouf is known not only for his spectacular roles in famous films, but also for his original performances. He tends to arrange them together with his artist friends like Luke Turner and Nastya Said-Ronko. One of their works is the famous footage, Just Do It.
Do it! Just do it!
Where the artist shouts motivational phrases against a green screen. This video, by the way, was made as part of a student project. Participants could ask LaBeouf to say any phrase and could later put the footage in the introduction of their graduation works. 4 years ago, this trio came up with an equally interesting performance. The friends traveled in the elevator of the Oxford University for 24 hours, while other passengers came and went all the time. The most interesting thing is that during the process, the actor and artists not only had to ride in the elevator, but also had to talk to strangers, an introvert's worst nightmare. Happy vandals. We're a little envious of the happiness with which these two girls draw hearts and other symbols on the elevator walls. We don't know what the reason for their happiness is. Many hours of partying in different bars or the toxic fumes from the spray. Either way, they didn't get away with it. Thanks to the surveillance camera, their act of vandalism was seen by the authorities, and soon the friends had to clean up the results of their own creativity. This time, without a smile on their faces. Claustrophobic nightmare. The following story is so incredible that it's even stranger than fiction. This boy was bored waiting in the elevator for his father to catch up with him. Tired of pressing the button, the boy decided to hold the doors with his umbrella, and then something completely unexpected happened. The elevator rushed down, and the umbrella, following the laws of physics, rushed up. Fortunately, the boy quickly released the umbrella, but ended up trapped between floors. It took some time for the rescue team to finally arrive on the scene. Emotional passenger. Remember we said that musical improvisation in the elevator could end badly? And not just because you can get stuck. This dancer decided to show off his sick dance moves, but ended up breaking the elevator railing, which apparently wasn't meant to be used for such energetic movements. The protagonist of this video should go to a dance hall specially equipped for such purposes. Space voyage. Some employers like to arrange stress tests during job interviews. Most of the time, these are unexpected questions that simply perplex the applicant. But in this video, the stress test has reached a whole new level, which isn't surprising because it's a sophisticated joke from a TV program in Brazil. Allow us to explain everything in detail. The unsuspecting candidates and victims of the prank arrive at the office building and ask the administrator how to get to the right office. The woman tells them to go up to the 7th floor and leaves them in the elevator. And then the plasma panels, pre-installed by the pranksters in the cabin, are switched on and something crazy happens. The elevator gathers speed, breaks the ceiling in its path, and shoots towards the sky. Frankly speaking, even watching the video is terrifying. We can't imagine how the protagonists of the program felt. However, their panic and screaming have made it clear that it's not a pleasant experience.
Now you think
The elevator hasn't even moved. This is how our eyes can fool the brain and all the other senses.
Hold on a second. Do you want to see some crazy stories from real life? Nothing dull, only action. Only adventures, chases and fights, love confessions and sudden betrayals. Don't believe us? Follow the link and see for yourselves. Our animation channel, Private Diary, reveals...
Yeah, I think that's kind of going into something else right there. But yeah, that would freak me out.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, because then you think now, okay, is it escalating
the famous
and
footage,
going way,
just do it.
I mean, fast at a rate, and then now it goes through the roof, and now you're up in the sky because now what goes up must come down.
But, you know, and it's, I wonder if, you know, because he was saying how about your mind playing tricks, because I'm sure anybody that driven a car for a while have pulled up and you had your foot on the brake and the car aside of you starts moving and you feel like you're moving, so you press on the brake a little harder.
Right. Yeah.
So, but if you close your eyes and you know you're not moving, so I wonder if they got scared and closed their eyes with it stuck because they said that the elevator didn't even move.
Right. Yeah.
So I could see if it was moving
but
a little bit.
They don't know that. So
yeah, because their eyes. But if they close their eyes, I wonder if that will stop as soon as they close their eyes. But I don't know. I was just curious on that. But yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I don't know because now you think, okay, now I think. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. But nothing like these. But when my brother and I were growing up, there was an elevator where we lived, and we used to like the corners of the elevator in the back. We would jump up. They had rails in the back and rails on the side, and we would jump up on the rails and hang out, be in one corner, he'd be in the other corner, and then as soon as it stopped, then we jump down. And if somebody was getting on, then you jump like this, and then people getting on, and they're like, "What's wrong with these people?" So, but I
heard, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that the elevators now are designed that, you know, people figure that the cable's breaking and it just release and just plummet. They say, I think they designed when they reach a certain speed, there's something that comes out the stops it. That's what I heard.
Really?
Yeah, so it doesn't.
Hope that's the case, because
maybe years ago it probably did, but that's what I heard recently. Now they have that safety device, so even if the cables break, it's not going to just plummet to.
Yeah,
you know,
and the reason why I asked you earlier too is, have you ever gotten caught between floors? That's a scary feeling too, because you know, as a kid you never think about it, because we've gotten caught. Well, okay, yeah, pull you through, whatever, but. Fast forward as becoming an adult, then you see a movie where as you're going through, then the elevator takes off and
take you in half. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever. It seems like I have, but I may. The only thing I know I've experienced is an elevator just it'll close, keep opening up, close. You hit, but I've had that several times, but I don't think I don't know if I had the halfway.
Yeah,
or I don't even know if I've been stuck in the elevator. I don't think I've been stuck in the elevator either.
I can't remember. I want to say yes.
Now there might be some issue where it wasn't doing eventually a move, but I never was stuck in the elevator where somebody had to come down. They had to get somebody to let us out, and I never had that problem.
I think I kind of remember maybe, I don't know, as a kid being stuck, and they always have a shaft door way. And
yeah, but where's that take you though?
No, I mean, but that's where like the firefighters or whoever would come through, whatever.
Right.
But they, I don't know. I don't know if I dreamt that or did that really happen. I can't really remember.
But see, it's funny. This is when you know something like this. If you was to have people stuck in the elevator, let's say 5 people stuck in the elevator, and no one knew they were stuck in the elevator today, versus 5 people were stuck in the elevator in 1972, That the one here get out because everybody have cell phones, so they can make phone. These people.
Oh
here
no, but some
don't. What?
And early on in a cell phone, once those doors close, you lose reception.
Yeah. I'm saying that,
they've gotten better now
Yeah.
with reception. So some still do.
Yeah.
You know, you can get them for a little while.
Right.
Then I know when I used to go into work sometimes and I would get on the elevator and I'll be talking. And then I could talk to that person right till you hit the floor and the doors open up. That's when the phone disconnects.
Wow.
I was like, just a half a second, we would not got disconnected.
Yeah, that's weird.
I've had that happen a couple of times. So
yeah, so that's weird because people just automatically assume because you have a cell phone that, as long as it works right, you should be. But you gotta, like, if you're doing cross country trips, like we went cross country a couple times, and there's stretches, man. People that never been out of your city or whatever, there are stretches. I mean, when I say stretches, like 30, 40 miles of stretches of nothing. Why would they put a cell tower? Okay, nothingness. Well, why would they put a cell tower out there? Why would they waste the money to try to hook up and connect and all that stuff for 30 miles of nothing? So that's why you get those little pockets while you're driving where you get no reception. Because, I mean, they can't, but we just automatically assume that we're connected no matter what. We're connected no matter what.
You remember the days of roaming?
Oh, roaming. Roaming used to eat up your battery, too. If
yes.
you didn't know. It's going to be there.
And charge. You used to get charged data.
Yeah, you used to charge. Because, I actually had one roaming off when we was on a cruise one time. And I think I forgot to put in the airplane mode or something, and it was roaming. And when you get out to sea, and it's roaming, it's constantly trying to pick up something. And like I said, it eats your battery. Plus, I don't know if you could cut the roaming off back then, because now you just hit the little thing for the Wi-Fi
or the airplane mode.
Oh, go in airplane mode and then it shuts it off. I don't think you.
Yeah, back then I don't know. I think you had to make sure your phone off.
Yeah, you had to cut it off. Yeah, because I think some people even took SIM cards out and batteries
took SIM cards out. They went through that phase.
Because you never know. So the worst thing is if you go on a cruise or something, you forget to cut it, and you answer the phone and you do something. Now you wear it all trip long. That happened to me, but you wear it all trip long. Is how much is this going to cost me? And I think once I really got back, it was only like a couple dollars. So I was like, I'm thinking, it's like $35 or something. I'm thinking something crazy.
I thought it was more than a couple of dollars.
It couldn't have been.
I thought it was like $25 just for a quick second.
No, I would still be mad now if it's $25. But I think it was no more than $7. I think it was like a couple dollars, $2 or $3. Because as soon as I think somebody called me and I answered and I was like, oh man, it's just natural. And I cut it off.
I can remember it. You said, I said, don't answer that. I'm not going to answer it. You did.
No, this is what happened. See, if I had the phone I have now, it would be no problem. Had a flip phone. So I was going to cut it off, so I opened to cut it, but once you open it, automatically answer the call. That's what it was. And so I wasn't going to answer it. Right. So I was going to cut it off, but with that flip phone, as soon as you open it, it answers the phone. Yeah. And so that's what happened. I was like, oh man, I disconnected the call. So it was less than 5 seconds or whatever. So, but like I said, only a couple dollars or whatever. So it worked out all right. But let's get back to this. The elevators, we didn't have much problems with the elevators, so that works out. That's cool, but maybe y'all have. So let us know. But
let us know your stories.
Yeah. Before we go, do us a favor. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also share. Please comment below. And I do believe that's it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. I believe that's it.
That is it.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to Sunshine and E.